You're welcome back. This is Student Result System Part 5 video. In this video, we'll explain you how to write ASP.NET project with source code step by step. In today's video, we'll learn how to create the course page, subject page, student page. So in the previous 4 parts, we discussed about how we can make from the start. Then we discussed about tables, then we discussed about the login page, then the connection string. Today we're going to learn in detail how we can make these pages, and also this project is available for download, so you can go to description or go to our website. From there you can able to download. So first we talk about the technology. Here we're going to use the Visual Studio. So we all know Visual Studio is an editor. To write the program, you have to use the Visual Studio. Next, with Visual Studio, we are using the language C#. So C# is a language used to web applications. So in this video, we'll show you in C#. And the backend is SQL Server. Microsoft SQL Server is a backend. So this is the technology. So editor, Visual Studio, language C#, and the backend SQL Server. Apart from this, regular HTML, JavaScript, all can be utilized. Even CSS can be utilized here. Fine. So as we told already, this is the part 5. Previously we discussed about introductions, database and table creations, login page, course page. Now we're going to discuss about the student, all the things which is very essential to enter the data. They are the master pages because they are the main pages to enter the data. That is what we're going to discuss today. And also we learn insert statement, how to insert the data to the table. So if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. So click the subscribe button. Subscription is free, so you don't need to pay anything. So it gives an advantage. So once you subscribe, so some of our videos will be appear in the first page. So therefore you can able to watch them. And also if you like the video, please click the like button. So when you click like button, it encourages to bring you more video. Therefore you can learn from our videos and you can learn. And we already identified there are 3 ways. So if you are want to know how to build the application, that way it's useful. If you want to do a academic project, for that also it's useful. And you can also, for job purpose, you want to add up here some projects which you are done. So for that purpose also it will be useful. Apart from this, if you have anything to say to us or if you have any difficulties, please write it in the comment box. And in the next videos, we'll try to cover that. So if you click on IBLX tutorials and if you click videos, so in the video you can see all the videos list here. So this is the part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So please watch them step by step and also parallelly start doing it actually. So therefore when you do your own, then only you'll get the experience. Just watching will not give the experience, but if you do it your own, you'll get the experience. So once you complete this project, you probably can try for other projects also. The more you do, the more experience you'll get. Your experience definitely can be encased in the job. Okay, you can get a very good job. Therefore please try, and anything to say to us, please write it in the comment box. Now we'll start with the Visual Studio. So we are using Visual Studio 2019. Right. So previously we already done this project. So the project is ready. So I'll open the same project. So you are not yet done this. So please watch from the beginning and create this project, or you need to download from our website. Done. So now you can see that here we already have the admin login page, admin main page, default 2. These are the pages which is already created. So now what we'll do is we'll go and create more pages. Fine. Let us run the first project to see what are the things already there. So select the project here and then you have to go to run button here, or F5 key. F5 is a shortcut key to run the project. So we are running with the Google Chrome. So therefore if you click this, so this project will open in the Google Chrome. Because it's a dynamic website, so the website is always open in the browser. So we are using the Chrome here. So this is our first page. So this is how we designed. So we can add up more pictures, more content here. There's no problem. Right. So here is the link. So to take to the next page. So now you can see that admin login, student login, 2 links are provided here. So now we done admin login. Therefore if I click this, it will take to admin login. Now if I type some wrong user ID and password, so it will give the message. right. So user ID password is not correct, so therefore it gives the message stating that user ID password is not correct. So if you enter the correct one, so this is admin, then admin, it will take me to the next page. Done. So here you can see course detail and all these things are there. So what you can do is we can bring little bit up, so therefore and the main page itself they are all visible, right? So all this done. So we'll continue linking all these pages. We'll see today how do we do this course detail, subject detail and the student details. Fine. So now what we'll do is we'll take little up. So take up. Fine. So you can also do other ways. Hold the shift key and you click here. Control key. You have to hold the control key and you have to select all. Then if you go to format, there is align here. Align, okay, here, and you can align to left side. So therefore all will be on left side. So you can select this also. Control key. Select this. Then you have to go to format, align left. Then there is one more option called as a make same size, make width and height same size. So they can select both, so all will be in the same size. Now we can change the background color, all of the background colors in a single stretch. Because they are all same component, we can change the background color. So for example I want this color now, okay, click OK. So all the background colors will be changed. Now except this, so these font I want to change, so therefore what I'll do is I'll just go to font. Instead of Vardhana, we'll take some other font now. Okay, so now, okay, so Arial block, little bold, okay. Fine, so then here is the size. We can make it bigger or smaller. Let me make 22. Okay, so this will do the job. So that's how you can change the properties of all the controls at a single stretch. Right. So save this. Now we have to create the course details page. Course detail. Right. So go to project, add new item. So this is a web form. So select the web form. And then you have to give the name. So when you give the name, so give it as an admin. So because we start with admin, because this is in the admin, so therefore you can give as admin course. So this is the admin module. So therefore admin course. You can also write admin course details entry and all. So okay, timing course is enough. Now here is the page. Now for that you require two text boxes and a button and the heading, all are required, okay. So it almost matches with this. You can see that there is a heading, two text boxes and there is a button here. I think this will do the job. Therefore what I'll do is I'll just go to source. Instead of redesign the whole page ourselves, whatever is already done, we copy from here. We copy the HTML source. Then for this page, okay, design. So this is totally empty. If you go to source, even still there is code here, HTML code. So don't delete the first line, okay. The first line is very important. Don't delete that. So only after the doc type HTML you need to take it out. And you can see that now it becomes like a admin login. Now what you can do, instead of admin login, we call it as a course detail entry. Course details entry form or entry. So increase the size here and done. So if I don't want this picture, I can take it out. So now the picture is not important. Otherwise you need to put some other pictures, okay. So here is the course name. What is the course name? So first you check it out, like how many characters we set for the course name. So tables. So here is the course table. Definition. So we probably put course name as a, okay, so course name 5 characters, okay. You can't enter more than 5 characters there. So if you enter more than 5 characters, so if you try to send the data to the course table, gives an error. So therefore always take care what is the max length. Okay, so this is the course, and then here is the max length, so set 5. Therefore user should not enter more than 5 characters here. Then here is the course details, so therefore you can write as a details. So details in your 50 characters, so therefore now what you can do is, so here it's a password, so now we don't want a password, so make it as a multi-line, because we can enter up to 50 characters, so we can make it a little bit bigger, no problem. And now, so you can see that we can make it bigger. Now instead of login, you call it as a save, and you have to go to back. Okay, so therefore here only you can provide the one more button. So select the button, go to source code. So this is the HTML source code. Copy this and paste it again. So there is one on-click event. Okay, there is on-click event. This event is not required, because here you need to be careful. Any events already created, so if you don't delete them, so they'll give error. Okay, so therefore it's necessary that now you need to take it out. For this anyway we're going to create the event, so there is no problem for that. So this is the button 2. So now see that button 2 is sitting on the button 1. Take it to right side, and you can say back, BACK, back. So because there is no event here, straight away you can use the post back URL. Post back URL, it should go back to admin main page. So therefore you can choose the admin main page here. Click OK. Now when you click on this button, it will straight away take back to the admin main page. Now here you need to write the code. So when you click this save button, you have to save this data to this course table. So what are the entries we do? You should go to this table. Now let us understand how to write. Okay, so create the event. There are 2 ways. Here you can see event, and here is already event name, and actually there is no event here because we are not yet created. Straight away if you run it now, it gives an error because here there is no event. Okay, so we need to create that event. So you need to double click here, or else you need to double click on the button. So double click on the button. Now you can see that button 1 click, and now here also there is a button 1 click, so it matches. So then there will not be any error. Okay, so now save. Right, so now what code you have to write? So we already understand how to get the connection string, and also which are the namespaces are required. So 2 namespaces are required. So one is using system.data.SQL client. So SQL client is very important, because if you want to work with SQL server, you require a SQL client, and the 3 components of SQL client are very, very important. That is what we discussed in the last class: SQL connection, SQL command, SQL data reader. SQL connection will tell where is your database, what is the database name. So you can see that result.mdf, result database.mdf, this is the database name. Okay, so therefore it indicates what is the database name and where is your database. So database is in the MySQL local DB, it's a local DB. Okay, so this is express edition of Microsoft SQL Server. So this is the path. How you got the path? If you click result database, so if you go to connection string here, you will have the path. You need to copy and then you have to paste here, and then you need to remove the path. Instead of path, you need to take the data directory. A data directory is the environment variable, global environment variable. You will give the complete path because it's inside the app data. So when it's inside the app data, this will give up to this, up to app data. Inside the app data, this particular database is located. Therefore, it gives the complete. Right. So therefore, that is a namespace, and then you require a connection string. So therefore, we need to copy this and then we can paste it here. So after the main class, now you can see that it's working fine. So there is no errors. Then next is right. So you can need a one more variable. Okay, take that also. Okay, paste it. Now when you click save, okay, when you click the save button, what code you have to write? So here what code we written? Here what we written a code to check this, okay, whether the record is present or not. So that is also required. Therefore I just copy as it is and then I'll paste it here. I'll tell you like why we need to use this. So now you can see that message box error. So why message box error? Because the corresponding namespace is not used here, therefore it's an error. So now you need to write using system.windows.forms. Okay, now you can see the forms will appear because in the last video we shown like how to add the windows.forms. So you need to go to project, add reference, and here this is system.win. So here is system form, you need to select this. Okay, so earlier if not selected, this even you try to add here, it will not accept. First you need to add in the reference, then you need to include in this particular page. After that we can use the message box. Okay, here is the message box. Now what we can do is this I'll delete. So I just want to true part. What is true part? If there is a record. Which record? So this table, okay, course table. I'll write select star from course table, COURSE, where what is the first column name? That is a course name. So here I'll take course name, COURSE, course name, and then that is equal to text box 1.text. And now and part is not required. I'll take out this. So what does this statement indicate? This statement read select star from course table where course name is equal to text box 1.text. Means if this name is present in the table or not. For example, let's say BE. I'll enter BE. So it has to check whether the BE is already there in the table or not. If it is already there, when you say tr1.read, means the record is already present. If record is already present, you don't need to enter it again. So therefore the record is already present. So you can give the message, this record is already present in the table. Or what message you want to display, you can give the same message. So we don't want to save that record. And that you don't want to save the record, then you have to say, so here after this we don't want to execute this. So you don't want to execute, so you have to say return. So return, don't execute rest of the code. Okay, so when it's written, so before returning, so we need to close this. Therefore we want to close the connection here because the connection is opened in the here. So if the connection is open, we need to close the connection, right? So anyhow this connection is not required after this, therefore we can close this connection here. Now if this record is not present, then we need to save the record. How to save the record? For that again you need to write the one more SQL statement. So let me write the SQL statement here. So we have separate videos like how to insert, how to update. So I'll just give the link in the description. So please watch them also if you're not very sure like how to write the insert statement. So here is an insert into table. This is the course table. SQL is not a case sensitive, therefore there is no problem. It's small or capital, there is no problem. Insert into course table. Then you have to write values. What are the values we want to insert? Now the values is there in the text box 1 and text box 2. So therefore you can see that we can copy this, single quote, double quote, then double quote, single quote. So this makes one value. This makes one value. Then comma, the second value in the text box 2, then close the bracket, then close the quotes and semicolon. So this make insert into course table values. What is the value in the text box 1 and what is the value in the text box 2. So I make it very simple. So there are two columns here, course name, this is the course name, details, here is the details, right? Now we can copy this code. Okay, so up to this is okay. Connection, again you need to open the connection here and we want to execute this, so therefore I can use cmd to execute this command. Now you can say cmd2.execute non-query because this is not a query, this is an insert statement, therefore you need to execute the non-query. Then again you need to close the connection, so therefore we can close the connection here. And also you can see that we need to close the connection here also because if it's read, it will close the connection here. If there is no record, the cursor will not go over here, will not execute this, will not execute that. So your connection is already open, you can't open it again. So if you try to open again, it gives an error. Therefore we need to close the connection. So we need to close the connection. So because why you need to close the connection? If there is no record, so straight away will come over here and it should execute this. Therefore, we have to write one more close here. Okay, connection open, connection close. So in case now if you want to see that record saved successfully, so we can use this message. Message box start show. So here the record is saved successfully. So otherwise you can say course name is saved successfully. What are the message you want to display, that you can write. So this is the code, okay, this is the code which is important to insert the data. So this is the SQL statement. This is how we need to execute this using the SQL client component, particularly SQL command and the connection. Alright, so save this, then you go to admin main page. So here it is. Then you need to give the link to the course page. So here I'll take. Okay, so this is the postback URL. Browse here. This is the admin course. Done. Now what we can do is we go back to this server. Right click, and then click. Now you can see that. So we'll open to main page. Next, admin login. Admin, then admin. Course details. So now here is the course detail. So now we can write BE. This is Bachelor of Engineering. Okay, Bachelor. Okay. Right. So then you can click save. Now you can see that the record is saved successfully. So probably you'll get some errors. So if you get errors, so you need to rectify the errors, and then you have to write exactly the code whatever I shown, like, then you don't get any errors. Fine. Now see that whether the data whatever is entered to this particular table or not. So right click here. So click show table data. So now you can see BE Bachelor of Engineering. So assume that you made a small mistake. Okay. I'll delete something. So you can see that there is no error because this is the SQL statement which is there in the double quotes. Now I'll just go back to this page. Okay, so let me reload the page. Now I'll write BCA. Then you can click save. So immediately there is an error here. Incorrect syntax near value. So where is the value? So this shows that at line number 37. But if you go to code line number 37 here, so here it is. So now value, where is the value? Here it's str var. So therefore value is here. Now what you have to write? So it's not a value, the keyword is values. Therefore you need to make a values. So I just make the changes. Now I go back, I'll refresh it. Now you can have the message box saved successfully. That is done. Assume that you made another mistake. Okay, so for example there is no single quote here. Okay, let me save this. Now I just go back to this BCA, let's say BBM. So save. So again you can see that there is an error, incorrect syntax near comma. Where is comma? Unclosed quotation mark bracket. This is what the message show that again at line number 37 it's showing error. So if you go to line number 37, so again here it is. But actually where is the exact error? So exact error you need to understand. So probably if there is no syntax error here, the error may be with the SQL statement. So particularly it indicating that there is a syntax near comma. So therefore what you understand, so you need to check whether single quotes on both sides are there or not. So if it is not there, then you need to place the single quote on the both the sides. Or any comma mistake, any plus mark mistake, so any spelling mistake, all you need to check. Once you rectify that, and then if you come back and then refresh it, then you can see that that is done. So now the record is saved. So this is how you need to save the record. Done. So now we'll move on. So we need to create the second page called as the subject page. Okay, in order to create the subject page, go to project again, create add new item. So this is the web form, admin subject. Okay, click add. So now you can see that again it's empty. Now what we'll do is, whatever the admin course, this will also do the job. Therefore what we can do is, we go to source, we copy all HTML code. So care, don't copy the first line, okay? Second line is okay, leave it empty. Then rest of the things you need to copy. Then come back to subject. So otherwise you need to add picture, one more picture, heading, all the labels, take long time. So therefore what I'll do is, I just come back here, I'll take out this code, then I'll paste it. Now whatever the course page exactly same will come here also, but this is not as course, so this is the subject. So therefore let's change to subject details entry here. Subject details entry. Now it becomes subject details entry. Course name, actually this is a subject name, so therefore what you can do is, we can copy this. We want one for subject name, right? So label, one more label. What is the name of this? Label 3. Okay, so here I can go to label 3. So in the properties, select label 3, then take little up. Okay, so here is the course name. This course name I can take a little bit down. Okay, this becomes subject name now. So this is subject name. So then I'll take this subject name little down. Right. So subject name, how many column, how many characters we provide? We character 20. So take care. Now you need to make 20. Otherwise you can't enter more than 5. So 20. This 50 is okay. Now course name. So course name is already entered. Okay. So when the course name is already entered, so we need to bring that one. You need to link to the table. Therefore you need to select the one from the list. In order to do this, go to toolbox. Here you can select drop down list. You have to use the drop down list. So select the drop down list, then go to format, make it absolute, otherwise dragging it is very difficult. So it's absolute, then easy to drag. Okay, so then I can make it a little bit bigger. Now here is very important. You need to link this to the table. Which table? Course table. So therefore if you link to the course table, all the data, whatever the data in the course table should come to this drop down list. We can write the code also, but now I'll show you like how to link. Therefore if you link, you don't need to write any C# coding. So therefore here is the notch. So you can click on this. Here is the choose data source. You can select the data source. Then here is the select data source. So you can select the new data source. This is the SQL database. Select the SQL database. The name is SQL data source 1. Fine. Then you collect the result database. Fine. So you click here. Now you can see that you will get the same connection string which you are already using. Right. So now you can see there is a data directory here. It's not the path. It's just a data directory. Fine. So next, now what is the name of the connection string? So now by default it is a connection string. So okay, let it be their connection string. Next, which is the table you want to link? So I want to link to course table, and we don't want all the columns because this is a drop down list. You have to select only one column. So therefore select one column. So it's selected. Then you have to use the order by. So there should be an order by on the course name. Okay. So click OK. Then click next. Then you have to finish this. Okay, so click finally OK. Now it is done. Okay, so now we'll see this, save all those things, and also okay fine, I'll show you that. I'll just go back to this one. So click back, so you should come back to the admin main page. If I click subject details, okay, the link is not there. So what we do is we'll go back here. So this is the admin main page. You have to go to admin main page here. So then you provide a link. So this is the postback URL. Now there is a subject, admin subject.axpx. Okay, save this. Then you need to refresh the page or you need to reload the page because that link has to work. Now you can see that. So there is a compilation error. So why compilation error? Admin subject axpx button one click is not there. Okay, because now I told already we copied from the course to subject, and here is the button. So here you can see that the event, the button name is there, but if you go and see in this particular page, there is no event. there is no code for the event. Because of that error. So now you need to double click here. So that event is created. So save this. Now you don't have this error. Enter. Fine. Now you can see course name. So all the names which is already entered will come here. So therefore you can select the course name, what course you want, and then correspondingly you can write the corresponding subject names. Fine. So just go back to this and then we'll write the rest of the code. So here is a button, one click. So the code almost same as like in the subject. So therefore I just go to course actually. So therefore you can go to course. So these two namespaces are required. Copy them, then paste it here. Then the connection string, that is also required. So you can copy the connection string and then you can paste it here. Where to paste is also very important. Carefully you need to paste after the main class, that is a public partial class admin subject. After that you need to paste this. Right. So here is a button, one click. So this whole code, okay, we can copy and then paste. Then you have to make the corresponding changes. So what are the changes? Now this is not the course table, this is a subject table. So therefore you need to write as a subject table. So now this is subject table. Then what is the column name? Subject name. So assume that the subject name will not repeat again in the other course. Then this will work. If the same subject name repeat in the other course also, then it gives an error. Then you need to take care how to solve the problem. Now I'll assume they are the different subject names. Subject name, text box 1. So this is the subject table. Now copy the subject table. So now we go to insert statement. Now the first column is the course name, but text box 1 is a subject name. Text box 2 is the detail. Therefore what you have to do, we have to copy this syntax, the first column, text box 1 syntax, and then paste. Now you can see that text box 1 dot text is there. This we need to change to this one. This is a drop down list 1. So now we need to make it as a drop down list 1. So this is not a text box 1. Now this is the drop down list 1. So drop down list 1 dot text. What are the text is selected that we want to send. So save. Now 3 columns. First one, second, third. So here we'll check for the subject name, whether the subject name is already present or not. Right. So save this and then come back here. So now if I reload this, you can see that the subject name. So select BCA. What are the subject? Okay. So now here you can say C language. So here you can write C language, or I'll shortcut to C lang. Okay, fine. So because here subject name 20 characters, so okay, it's acceptable. C language. Okay, so we learn about C language here. Right. So save this. Okay, record saved. So next. We can clear also, like if you save this, you want to clear this, then what you have to do is we need to write the code here. So for that, text box 1 dot text, that is equal to empty. After saving the record, you have to clear that one. That is equal to empty, becomes empty. Then text box 2 also empty. So text box 2 dot text is equal to empty. Right. So now we'll write the second one. So this is computer basics. Okay, right. So we're going to learn the computer basics. There is one more subject. Done. Then we'll have a networking. So more about networking you need to write here. So save. Then you have a language 1. Language first, let's say English. right. So then we have one more, digital. Okay, so let's take digital electronics, save. Fine, so all the subjects are entered. So then we go to student details. We can enter the students here, and then we can link them to the course, right? So now to create the student details, you have to go to project, add new item, a web form. So this is admin student, add. Now this subject will do the job, so therefore whatever is already there in the subject will do the job. Therefore I can just copy this. Okay, so first you need to copy the HTML code, go to source, so copy everything, then come to admin student, take out this and then paste it here. Okay, so now this is subject. Now I write this as student details. Right. So now here is the register number. So therefore you can write it as a register number. For register number, how many characters, that you need to check it out. So register number is a varchar. So length is 10. So now ensure that you're going to change to 10 here. Max length is 10. Okay, course name, let it be there. So you need to select the course, which course he belongs to, then the register number, then you require a name. Student name, then the address. Okay, so this is a text box 2. Okay, this is text box 1. Okay, so copy the text box 1, text box 2. Okay, before text box 1 only I'll paste, that I'll change to text box 3. So now this become text box 3. What I'll do is I'll just make this text box 3 and this is the text box 2. Okay, now you see the design. First you need to move the text box 2, select this. Okay, text box 2 is here, so bring it down. Then this is the text box 3, fine, so make it bigger, and you record a label again. So go back to code, copy this, paste here, then check the name. So this is a label 4. Now from the properties select label 4, bring it down. So this is student name. Done. So next one is address. So instead of details we need to make it as a address. So we require 2 more. Okay, one for email, mobile number, one for email. Okay, so now what you can do is we can bring little down. Okay, so this is the label 2. So go to source code, copy this. So 2 more is required, 5 and 6. Okay, 5 and 6 is the name. So select this. So 6, bring it down. Then again you undo. Okay, so next 5, right? So bring it down. This is 5. This is 6. Fine. So next you required 2 more text boxes. So this is a text box 2. Just go to source again, copy this. Now after text box 3, okay, here is after text box 3, make some space here and then paste. Now this is text box 4, right? Then text box 5. So this is a 4, 5. Okay, so now you can see that text box 4. Here it is. Bring it down. Okay, so this is a mobile number. Text box 5. Okay, so this is the email ID. So now change this address to mobile number and this address to email. So this is becomes email and this becomes. Now you need to check the characters, how many characters are there. Okay, so this mobile number 10, therefore you need to change to 10 here. Okay, then 10 already there. So this one is also 10, but email we given as a 50, therefore you need to select this, you have to make it 50, don't forget it. Okay, then next is if you click save, so we'll take to the code window. Then you have to go to admin main page, you need to provide the link there. So admin main student, so this is the postback URL, so this is admin student, here it is. So save this, save all, then go to browser and then refresh it. Okay, now you can see that student course, BBM, register number, name, address, mobile number, email ID, then you have to click the save button. Now we just come back. So now what are the subject code that will do the job, therefore I can copy this code. I can go to student subject, admin student, then here you need to write the connection string, so copy the connection string, then again you have to go to this one, so we can copy all these things, then we can bring it here, then you have to paste in the button one click. Now this is the student table, so therefore subject to student you need to change student table. So instead of subject name you have to take register number, so this is the register number, right. So this register number is already present, right. So then you have to insert to register table, so therefore this is the student table. So how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first one is the register number, so therefore this is not required here. This has to come to the end because your course name is at the end. Okay, put one comma here and then paste. This comma is not required, right. So text box 1, that is a register number, text box 2, that is a name, so text box 3 is the address. Okay, so copy this, text box 3, this is address, then text box 4 is the mobile number, so you need to cross verify. Okay, so this is the text box 4, so where you have mobile number. Text box 5 will have the email ID, so therefore you just have to make this is 4 and this again paste, so this is 5. So because of that one only I told in the beginning, don't make complicated. Your data types also you don't need to make complicated, and in the beginning because only we take only 2 columns, so therefore first we understand with a minimum, then easy to write the program. So in the beginning only if we take more columns, so everything will mess up and we don't know where is the error, it's very difficult, therefore you need to do it step by step. So now text box 2, then 3, 4, 5, so 3, 4, 5, everything you need to clear. So this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5, so 5 you need to clear. So save. Now if you go back and then if you click student details, so you can see that the student details entry, so here you can give the register number. Okay, so let's say BE, I'll take BE 101, okay, otherwise BCA 101. Okay, this is the register number. Name, let's say Ravish. Address, number, second main, let's say Rajaji Nagar, Bangalore and all we can write. So then next is the mobile number, so I'll just take one dummy number. Then this is ravish@gmail.com. Now when I click save, there should not be any error. It should show me the message, the record saved. The record saved successfully. So now if I click back, it will go to admin main page. Now you need to see that whether this record is in the table or not. Right click, show table data. See that the record whatever you entered is there in the table. So mean whatever we done, it's all okay now. Everything is working fine. So it may take a little time for you. Please do everything step by step, understand, keep right, so therefore you'll get the result. So this is the basics. That's how you can write the program. Practically you need to write this, then only you'll get an experience. So even you watching this and you writing also you'll get errors, but you'll take a little time. Therefore please try this. So meanwhile, so go to our channel, subscribe. Also please suggest our channel to your friends and relatives who are studying in computer science. So help us to grow. Thank you very much.